Hello and welcome to today's video. This is the How Much Can I Read in 24 Hours series, and this video today is the audiobook edition. So I have already done the ebook edition of this and I'll link that up above, and I'm basically doing this whole series where I'm going to compare all the different ways that you can read and how much can I read of that in 24 hours. So every time I press play on an audiobook for this video, I will also be pressing start on a stopwatch, and I will keep reading until we've read for 24 hours and basically figure out how many pages that has been, and therefore how many pages can be read within the 24 hours just reading via audio. I've got a few books wrote down that I own physically and have access to the audiobook for, so you know there's quite a few that I can literally check the physical page number in and make sure it's 100% correct, and we'll see, we will see. Now I have a feeling this series as a whole, which currently we've only done ebook for, I have a feeling that hybrid reading is going to be right at the top, and that is how I'm going to be able to read the most amount of pages, and annotating is going to be right at the bottom, and that's how I'll read the least amount of pages. And honestly, audiobook, physical book and ebook, I feel like they're going to be in the middle, but I don't know how they're going to compare to each other and how it's going to really make a difference. So the only one we've done so far is ebooks. That is currently at the top, and as you can see, when I was reading just ebooks in 24 hours I read 1080 pages. So honestly I expect audiobook to be around the same, which makes me think that I will hopefully, fingers crossed, read about 3 books in this video via audio. And yeah, that is basically it. So I think it's now time to just get into the actual reading. We're obviously starting the stopwatch at 0 and we will count up, and we are starting at books reading Bitterblue. Bitterblue is the 3rd book in the Graceling Realm series. You can actually hear my thoughts on Graceling book 1 in a live show that me and Jay did, that I'll link up here, and my thoughts on book 2, Fire, you can find in my October wrap up. So I read that one very recently, and now it's time for book 3, Bitterblue, and I'm really excited about this. I think it's going to be a good time. I'm excited to see the character again. I will say we saw this character in book 1 of the series, and this book is now the character that we saw as kind of like a secondary, more background character in book 1. This is their book, they are the main character, and I'm really excited. Obviously this is a book in a series I probably won't be able to tell you too much about, but I will tell you if I'm enjoying it, I'll tell you how much I've been reading of it, and I will tell you how many pages that equates to in time. So yeah. And also, if you are curious, because I am listening to audio, most of the time I'm listening to audio, I'm going to be going through my list of little jobs, which are just things around the house that are just a little job, and because they're a little job and won't take very long to do, they haven't been getting done. So this is going to be the time that I focus on doing them. There's probably a lot more to add to this list, but I wrote down all of the ones off the top of my head and we've got a place to start. So yeah, I'm excited. I think it's going to be fun, and let's read. So it is 2 hours 11 minutes into this. I'm really enjoying the book so far, but I've let it get way too late. It's like, I don't even know, some ridiculous time yet. It's 1, like AM, like, yeah. So I should be in bed. So I'm gonna go to bed now. I have just found where I am in the book, and I'm at chapter 9, which is page 121. So in the first 2 hours and 11 minutes, I'm at page 121, which I think is pretty decent. Like, I think that's a good amount, but I'm really not sure. Quick maths, I think that puts me pretty much on par with how we ended the ebooks. I think if I do 121 times 12, which obviously it won't quite get to that because it's been over 2 hours, like if it was 2 hours then times 12 would be perfect. That's 1,452, so like that's more. So yeah, I don't know, I'm enjoying it so far. I'm having a good time. I'm enjoying the book. Yeah, that's it really, isn't it? Not much to say. I really like seeing Bitterblue again as the main character. I'm really liking where it's going, and I'm intrigued and want to know where the story's going to go, because I feel like a lot of things are still being introduced at this point. So yeah, that's it for now. I'll read more tomorrow. I've hardly managed to read today. I'm on 2 hours 30. I think I finished yesterday on like 2 hours 11, so I managed to read for 20 minutes throughout the day. So yeah, it's 8 o'clock. I'm going to settle in for the evening and get some stuff done. I'm going to then tomorrow try and get all my editing done as early as possible, and then get the stuff done around the house I want to do, where I can wear headphones and read even more. So yeah, for now, let's go read. So I've been reading for just over 5 hours. As you can see, it's 5 hours 1 minute and 52 seconds to be exact, and I've just found my place in the book and I'm at page 275. I'm quite happy with this. I think it's pretty decent going. I will screenshot this time so I can remember it when editing, and yeah, I think that's pretty decent. So if I do 275 divided by 5, that's 55 pages per hour, pretty much, like almost a page a minute. So yeah, like I think that's fairly decent. I think that's about on par with how the ebook went, and if I times that by 24, my current reading pace, that puts me on track to read 1,320 pages in the 24 hours. So I don't expect it to necessarily work like that, but I am intrigued and excited to keep reading and keep seeing where this is going. I'm really enjoying the story. We've just really got to a lot of like medley bits and a lot of information that we as the reader knew being revealed to different parties and stuff, and I'm having a lot of fun and a very interesting time. There is definitely like a main like mystery, like a main plot that needs to be solved, and it's a really fun one. So yeah, I'm excited to keep on reading. I have successfully edited the video that I was struggling with last night that needs to go up today, but the laptop is now struggling to export it. So I'm going to listen to some more of my book whilst it does that. I do, however, have some updates. So I've now read for 7 hours and 20 minutes. I will insert a screenshot so you can see it properly. But yeah, like I ended up reading a lot last night. I could not sleep, so I read a lot more. I don't actually know what page I'm at. I haven't got the physical book with me up here, so I'll have to check what page I've got to. I don't know how I feel about it because I don't know what the page number is, but I'm happy with what I'm reading and I'm happy at the pace that I'm reading at. Like, it's all good. So yeah, that's it. I might finish this book today, just depends on how long things take to happen on the laptop and how much spare time I have. But yeah, I'm hoping to get more stuff done on the laptop today and then spend the evening tidying and cleaning the house, which will be prime audiobook time, so I'm sure I'll be checking in very soon. Okay, hello. It is quite a while later now. It's actually, oh dear me, it is just after 11 o'clock. So, not long ago, maybe half an hour ago, I finished Bitterblue. In total, this was 539 pages. So, I managed to read 539 pages in 9 hours and 46 minutes. So, pretty much 10 hours, which I think is really good actually. Like, I'm a little bit surprised. I definitely wasn't expecting to read this much this quickly. That's like 53, 54 pages an hour, somewhere around there. So yeah, really happy with that. Like, I think it's fairly decent. It's definitely faster than I thought. To be fair, previous to reading for the ebook video that we did, I did think I read about a page a minute, so obviously that is slower than that, but I did find out in that one that I do not read that fast. So yeah, like, honestly really happy with this. The next audiobook I'm going to pick up, I'm probably not going to do until tomorrow now because it's so late, but I do have the Battle Drum. I started reading this a few months ago. I got quite a good chunk in, but the audiobook is through my library and the hold had to go back, so I've been waiting for it to come back and it has now come back. According to this, I left it at chapter 37. Hopefully I will be able to pick it up and remember what's going on. I'm really enjoying it from what I've read so far. It was a really good continuation from the first book in the series, and honestly it's just got a lot going on and I want to figure out what is going on, because even though there's so much going on, it's like, how are all these things related? How's this going to work? Like, how are we going to reach our end goal? And I still don't know that. So yeah, really excited to pick this one back up and get back into these characters. Then in terms of Bitterblue, which I did finish today, 5 stars. Absolutely amazing. I really loved it. The ending was great. There's also quite a few things in here that like were nice and were just like, I don't know, like there were relationships formed towards the end of this that were unexpected to go as nice and as well as they did, and I really enjoyed that. And yeah, it was quite a simple solution to the problem and to the mystery and to what was going on, but it was done in such an interesting way. This book dealt with cipher keys quite a lot, and I'm going to have a flick through and see if I can find them written down, because I do wonder how they're written. Oh, was that one? No. I do wonder how they're written in the book, to see if like they're actually wrote down as if you can. Oh, is that one there? Okay, yeah, so it is. So it is in the book as the actual cipher key. This is not important. I did not need to see this. This was very much explained as like, the star is B, the moon is I, the candle is T. But yeah, it is nice to have a visual. So yeah, very interesting. It doesn't look like the other one that was used is in here. It was, oh, it might be. Oh, it is, but yeah, this would not have helped me at all. This is the other cipher key that we are looking at, and I would have been not understanding any better than I did just lower audio. So yeah, I'm really happy I finished it. I would like to continue on with it soon, but we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, that was Bitterblue. 5 stars, really loved it. Hello, welcome back. So it's been about 2 weeks since I last checked in for this video, and I have not read anything for it. So I set my timer on my phone. We're still at the 9 hours 46 minute mark. But basically, I just haven't been in a fantasy mood, and I can't remember how much I said about the books I was planning on reading for this video, but they were all going to be fantasy books. Like, they were all the audiobooks that I got lined up. They were all like fantasy in one way or another. I'm just not in the mood. I've been reading loads of romance books this month, and that's what mood I'm in. I'm going to just try and like go back to fantasy, and hopefully there will still be, you know, a fantasy book in this video. Like, I still want to read more, but for right now, if I want to read more right now, which I do because I'm about to tidy the house, so I can put my headphones on for that and listen to audio and continue on with this, then I just need to read what I think I could like. What I'm going to go for is a book that the synopsis doesn't really appeal to me loads, but over the last 2 months I've read all of the Bergman Brothers series by Chloe Leese, and it turns out she's got another series called the Wilmot Sisters. Wilmot Sisters. So my Spotify hours have just come in today, so I can listen to books on Spotify again, and 2 days ago my Everand subscription renewed, so I'm no longer limited on that one. So yeah, I can now once again listen to audiobooks on every platform I subscribe to, so I figured now was a good time to start over. The Two Wrongs Make a Right is on Spotify. The length is 11 hours and 31 minutes if I'm listening at 1x speed. Slow release tends to be 1.4, 1.5 is kind of the speed I tend to listen at. And I've checked online, and the UK paperback edition of this book, which if I enjoy it, that will be the one that I purchase, is 337 pages. So yeah, I'm just gonna start reading. I don't know much about this. On the synopsis it says, opposites become allies to fool their matchmaking friends in this swoony reimagining of Shakespeare's beloved comedy, Much Ado About Nothing. Our two main characters are Jamie Westenberg and B. Wilmot, so that's one of the sisters. They have nothing in common except a meat disaster and the mutual understanding that they couldn't be more wrong for each other. And the people closest to them play Cupid and trick them into going on a date. They fake date to get back at them, and obviously it's a romance book, so it's going to lead to more. So yeah, that is what I'm going to be reading. I'm going to start tidying the house and I'll check in as and when, but I'm hoping to get some good hours in this evening. So let's get reading. So let's check in. I read for a total of, where is my timer? 17 hours, 30 minutes and 6 seconds. I'll shove it on the screen. I know I took a screenshot last night. And I finished my book. I finished the book that I started yesterday. I really enjoyed it. I'm not sure what I'm going to rate it yet. I definitely didn't enjoy this one as much as I enjoyed the Bergman Brothers series. Like, I just don't think I cared about the characters as much as that one. But I don't know if I cared about them that much when I read book 1 of that series, and this was book 1 of this series. I'm not sure. So yeah, it feels like a 3 stars. I haven't properly sat down and thought about it, but it feels like it was a 3 stars. I enjoyed it. I thought it was funny. I thought it was silly, and I had a good time. And I did a lot of what I wanted to do around the house yesterday, like bar the bathroom. The house is completely tidy, and this book saw me through all of that. So like, I'm really happy with that. And yeah, I don't know what I'm reading next. We're about to go out and hopefully, fingers crossed, do the last of our Christmas shopping. It is the last day of November right now. It's November 30th, and I do not want to have to go Christmas shopping during December, so hopefully we're going to get that finished now, fingers crossed. So I'll bring you along. I'll pick another book out at some point to start reading, and we'll see where it goes. I will have put somewhere on the screen, I can't remember which side it is, one of the sides on the screen, I will put how many pages total I've read now. I believe the book I just finished was 337, and I think it was at about the 600 mark already. So I think that means that I've read about 900 pages so far. The exact number will be somewhere on screen, it'll be in one of the corners. But yeah, I'm really happy with that. Like, we've still got 7.5 hours left of this. At this point I'm like, yeah, we're almost definitely going to overtake how much I read via ebook, so it's really interesting, really weird to see, and we're just going to wait and see how much I end up reading. So I'm getting a cracking headache, so I'm going to stop listening to this and timing it for the day because it's just not going to be good for me. I'm actually going to stop doing everything, although I've just realised it's 9:45, so it's actually very late. So I have just checked in the actual book where I've got to. I've got to page 40. The chapters aren't numbered in this one, so I can't really say what chapter I'm on. But I'm 23% of the way through according to this. So page 40, 23% of the way through, and the time is at 18 hours 16 minutes and 46 seconds, and I've just added on those 40 pages to the 876 pages we had previously. So now I'm up to 916 pages. So in the first 18 hours, 60 minutes and 46 seconds, I've read 916 pages, which I'm very, very happy with. Like, that's an amazing amount. I will definitely finish this one tomorrow. My plan is to set up my reading journal for 2025 tomorrow. So whilst I'm doing that, I can listen. So yeah, I'll probably finish this tomorrow. Like, I'll spend at least 5 hours doing my reading journal easy. So that's like 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Yeah, I'll finish it tomorrow, no problem. So yeah, I'll definitely be reading this, as it's only got 3 hours left, I think. 4 hours left of it, so I'll read that and something else. So far, I am enjoying the writing. I'm enjoying the characters. I'm not really sure what other plot's going at the moment. Like, we've got 2 timelines, 2 perspectives. Like, I think one's just called then and one's called now, and there's like one from 10 years ago and one from the current day, which the current day is actually 1536. I don't know how much to say about this book. This is a prequel for the HMRC series, so I've read books 1 and 2 of the HMRC series, and then this came out, which is a prequel. I don't know for this for certain, but before picking this up, I believe this to be the origins that formed HMRC, which is Her Majesty's Royal Coven. I haven't got to that point yet. I'm not really sure what the plot is, I'm not really sure what's going on, but I am having a fun time with the writing, and this is a series and a book that I would 100% say, like, read the audiobooks for. The audiobooks are amazing. They are narrated by Nicola Coughlan, who is most well known for playing Penelope, I want to say. I think her name's Penelope in Bridgerton. But the actress Nicola Coughlan also narrates audiobooks, and she's amazing. That's how I've consumed every book of this series so far, and I cannot recommend it enough. Like, it's been amazing. So I am really, really glad that I'm reading it this way. So yeah, that's it for now. I'm excited to continue on. I'm excited to see if it is what I think it is. But obviously I won't be saying much, because even though it's a prequel, I don't know how much of the actual series it could ruin, and like, I don't want to risk any spoilers. But yeah, having a really great time and very much absorbed with these characters already. So yeah. Hello. So my timer is now on 20 hours 47 minutes and 59 seconds, and it's been on that since about 3-4 AM this morning, which is when I eventually finished Queen Bee. Queen Bee in total was 168 pages, so it wasn't too long, but it definitely did take me a while to read. I think just because I didn't want to speed it up too much, because like the accents and like every person in the story sounds completely different already, so I didn't want to speed it up too much and like miss any of that. But yeah, I really, really, really enjoyed it. It's 4 stars. I'll talk about it in a moment, but first of all, let's talk about where we're at. So in the first 20 hours 47 minutes and 58 seconds, I've read a grand total of 1,044 pages, which is absolutely insane, and I'm really, really happy with that. Like, that's a really amazing amount. I can't remember the exact number that I got in my ebook video, but I think it was around the 1,080 mark, and I'm definitely going to read more than 40 pages in the next 3 hours. So yeah, definitely read faster when I'm reading with audiobooks. How much faster, I don't know yet. But yeah, that equates to around 50 pages an hour. So yeah, I'm happy with that. It'll be somewhere on screen. I'll have put all the numbers and stuff. But yeah, really, really happy and can't wait to like continue on. Queen Bee, let's talk about that. Queen Bee, I'm giving 4 stars. I thought it was really good. It's definitely a decent book. It's a good book. Like, I'd say if you enjoy HMRC as a series, like you've enjoyed books 1 and 2, I think you'll enjoy it. The writing style's the same, and especially if you listen to the audiobooks for the others, which I would highly recommend if you are going to read the series, then I would definitely recommend this one as well. It is only 4 stars just because I didn't really connect to any characters. I didn't really care too much. And also I did say, I believe when I started talking about this book, that I believed it was about how HMRC, the Her Majesty's Royal Coven, actually came to be. And although technically yes, I do see why it has been described that way, that's really not the book at all. Like, I don't know, almost slice of life, but that doesn't quite seem right. It's just much more character focused, I guess. Like, there's a plot, there's things going on, there's a plot to follow, but because it takes place so long before the other books, like, it's just very different. Like, it's the same vibes but very different. I have seen some people unsure if you can read Queen Bee if you haven't read HMRC. I would say you can, but I wouldn't recommend it. I definitely don't think you need to read books 1 and 2 to read Queen Bee. I definitely think you can read it after book 1 fine. And it won't give anything away, like it won't spoil anything. My only thing is it doesn't really explain the world and how the world's working. It doesn't explain witches and like the different types of witches and how witches work in this world, and it just doesn't really explain anything. It very much just throws you into the story. Having read the other books in the series, you already understand all this. You already know how the world works, you already know how witches work, you already understand like what the different types of witches are, all that sort of stuff from just reading the books. So it was fine, like there was no problem with that. But I do think, because it is a prequel, I do think some people like are wondering if you can start with it. Again, I don't think you're going to ruin the rest of the series, but I don't think you're going to enjoy it as much if you don't understand like the ins and outs and like how it all works. So yeah, I had fun. I enjoyed it. It was a little novella. I definitely didn't want to put it down once I started reading it. So for me, it was a good time. I'm not really a prequel person, so I'm not surprised it didn't knock my socks off, and it was not a lot of time to get connected to characters, so I'm not surprised that I didn't really feel that bothered with them. But yeah, that is that. I have decided what book I'm going to be reading next, and I found it on Spotify, so we're also going to keep our fingers crossed that I have enough hours to listen to all of it. But the audiobook itself is 3 hours and 9 minutes, so almost perfect. Like, there'll maybe be like 4 minutes left of the timer if I listen at 1 time speed. There'll probably be more like an hour left, which I can just read a little bit more of. But yeah, I haven't figured out what speed I need to listen to it yet, so I don't know exactly how long it will take. I'm really excited. So the book that I'm going to read is Graveyard Shift. This is from ML Rio, and I am really excited about it. From what I know about it, which might not be correct, but what I know about it and from what I've heard, I understand that there are 5 people who are all insomniacs, and one night they're meeting at a graveyard at midnight, and there is a open dug grave there that's not meant to be there. They want to investigate this further. I believe they see someone and follow them thinking something's going on, and it's very much about, is something spooky going on, is something horrific going on, is this literally like your sleep adult mind playing tricks on you, is it because it's the middle of the night, like what is real, what isn't, what's playing tricks on you, is your brain like actually giving you the facts of what's in front of you, or is it working against you, kind of thing. And I think it sounds really good, so I'm really excited to give it a go. So that's what I'm going to go do now. So I will come back to you at some point soon. So it's been a very long time since I checked in with this video. I've just gone to edit it and I've never finished it. So my timer, which luckily is still saved on my phone, is at 21 hours, 28 minutes and 36 seconds. And I've also still got the audiobook saved. I was halfway through. This is Graveyard Shift, and I'm partway through chapter 2, which is track 5 on the audiobook. So yeah, I don't know exactly what page I'm on, I just know I'm partway through chapter 2. But either way, I believe I will now have caught up with where the ebook edition of this video ended. So I'm just going to finish reading this basically. I'm enjoying it so far. It's definitely captured my attention when I was listening to it, but to be honest I don't normally use Spotify, and that's where this audiobook is, and I think I just completely forgot about it. I don't know what happened. Obviously life got busy. It's been a good 3 weeks since I was actually actively recording this video, so let's finish it. Let's see how much can I read via audiobook in 24 hours. According to Spotify, I have 2 hours 17 minutes left of the audio, and I have 2.5 hours left of time, but I will be listening slightly faster than 1x speed, so I reckon I'll probably have another hour when I finish this to also pick up something else. But yeah, we'll just wait and see. We'll wait and see where this goes. Enjoying it so far. I'm not really very far into it, but I definitely think it's got like the spooky vibey feels. I like our characters. It's a bit different and a bit different of a setup to what I thought it was and what I got from the synopsis. These characters already know each other, and this is like a routine to go to this graveyard at midnight. But even though it's a bit different than what I was expected, I am enjoying it. Long time no see again, but I have eventually finished Graveyard Shift, so I thought I'd check in. I've still been listening along to this whilst I've had the timer up. I will insert a screenshot of the timer, but I should be able to find it on my phone. I think we're just over 23 hours. We've got like less than 1 hour left of it. Yeah, it's at 23 hours and 3 minutes and 58 seconds, so we've pretty much got like 56 minutes left. With Graveyard Shift, this is 108 pages, so we can add that to our running total, which will be somewhere on the screen in one of these corners. But yeah, I enjoyed this. It was fine. It didn't blow me away. I think my main problems with this, it felt like the start of a story. It felt like the end of a story, but it didn't feel like a story. It very much, like, it is only a tiny little novella. It's 108 pages. I wasn't expecting too much from it, but I really enjoy novellas. I read quite a few of them. Everything interesting that was happening in this pretty much had either already happened or was going to happen after the book ended. And yeah, I don't know, like, if this was like a short story in a collection, I think I'd, well, one, I don't read short story collections because they normally leave me like just lacking every story, but that's kind of what I'd expect this to be in. Rather than a novella, I'd expect it to be a short story in a collection that would one day hopefully maybe be expanded upon. But no, like, this is the complete novella. I found the concept interesting. I just wanted more. I just wanted more. Like, I felt like this could have been honestly like a 500-600 page book where we massively expanded. We had all the stuff that had gone on previously. We saw the interesting things, which I'm not saying because spoilers, but there was one massive interesting component, and it had been going on for weeks, maybe even months previous to this book, and we saw none of it. We just got it mentioned, but we could have done that, and we could have seen the aftermath, and we could have seen what happened and all the reveals. We just got told the result. We didn't actually see the aftermath of it, and I think that could have been really fun. It could be a massive book and I would have loved it. I did really enjoy the writing, so I will definitely pick up another book by M.L. Rio. I'm pretty sure that other book is If We Were Villains, which I don't think I've ever picked up just because I've never really explored dark academia that much, and that's the bracket it falls into. I've read one dark academia book that I would actually say is dark academia, and that was Plain Bad Heroines, and it was just a 3-star. So like, it's not something that I think, you know, associating myself with that much, but I think I'm gonna enjoy it. I really enjoyed the writing style in this, so yeah, that's it. Oh, and also the characters, even though they were all different, they were very easy to get muddled up, especially how the chapters were. It was like every chapter would be from a different person's perspective at a different time, like chronologically going throughout the night. And once we got a little bit into the chapter, I would kind of remember and like kind of distinguish them, but definitely for at least the first half of this book, the characters were just not like different at all. And again, I think with a longer book, I could have really got to know and love the characters and really understood them from each other, whereas they all kind of felt very samey in this. So yeah, what I'm probably gonna do is just on the library app, I'm pretty sure you can set custom timers, and I'm listening to the battle drum on the library app. I'm currently on chapter 41, I think. yeah, 41, and occasionally I read along with it, but to be honest I really enjoy the audiobooks. I'm more than happy to just listen. So I think I'm just going to set like a 56-minute timer on the library app and listen to 56 minutes of this. Chapter 41, it starts on page 335, so that's where we'll be starting from, and we can get our last few pages in that way. To be honest, I'm not going to tell you anything about this. Hopefully I'll finish it in January and you'll see it in my January wrap up, which will be either the video before this or the video after this. If it's already out, I'll put it up above. If it's not, it'll be the next video. So subscribe. Videos every Wednesday and Saturday during 2025. So yeah, it'll be whichever one of those the next one is, if it's not linked up above. Yeah, I'm just going to read this. It's only going to be 56 minutes. I'm not going to finish it in that time. I think I've got about 3.5 hours left of the audiobook, so I'm just going to make a little chunk into getting towards the end, but I'm really enjoying it so far. This is book 2 of the Ending Fire trilogy. I'm excited. Hello. So I did read my like 56 minutes, I think it was around there, but we're now at 24 hours, so that's really exciting. And yeah, this is complete. So I read an additional 27 pages in those last 50 odd minutes, which now brings our total up to 1,179, which, yeah, like I'm really happy with this. Like, this is so much reading. This is more than I thought I'd do. It's beaten ebooks out, so if we do look at all of them together, in fact I'll move you back so it definitely fits up. Oh, there we go. It should definitely fit one side of me or the other now. So yeah, if we look at all of them together, you'll see that audiobook has taken over ebook, and it's taken over by quite a bit. So it's actually 99 pages more in the 24 hours that I've managed to read via audio than I did via ebook. So that's around an additional 4 pages per hour, which obviously isn't loads, but it's definitely interesting to think about and interesting to know. So yeah, I don't know, like this was really good. I really enjoyed it. Obviously I don't have much to update in terms of the last book. I read 27 pages in the middle of it. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the Battle Drum. I think it's a really amazing book. But yeah, that's it really. I can't tell you anything else. So let's just get into thinking about this. Honestly, I don't have much to say except for like it overtook ebook by more than I thought. Like obviously I don't expect all of these to have the exact same number. That would be ridiculous. But I really thought that like ebook, audiobook and physical would be like so close, so similar, like all within kind of like, I don't know, 50 pages of each other. Like I didn't think there'd be a big difference in 24 hours. So I am definitely committing to doing physical next. The next time I do one of these videos, which will be in around 2 months probably, I will be doing physical books, reading physical books and how many pages. That will be coming next. And we're just going to keep going. I think this is interesting. Obviously it's interesting to think about. I actually haven't done the calculation, which I probably should, of how many that is per hour. So 1179 divided by 24, that's 49.1213 pages per hour. So yeah, like it's almost a page a minute. I think that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Like it's very interesting to know. I think my main reason for wanting to know all this is I want to be able to better estimate how long it's going to take me to read a book, because I either give myself way too long or way too short of a time to read a book. I like right now, so as I'm filming this, it is the 29th of January and I have 4 books that I want to finish by the end of the 31st. So I've 2.5 days basically to finish 4 books. Luckily 3 of them I'm very close to finishing. I'm near the end, but one of them I haven't even started yet and I need to finish it in January. Like it's a commitment for a readathon. So yeah, I definitely don't always realise quite how long it's going to take, and I think this is a very good way to know. So yeah, I'm really happy about this. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Please do give it a like if you did like it. Subscribe down below if you want to see more like this. Obviously more in this series will be coming very soon. If you haven't seen the ebook version, that will be linked down below, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye.